What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mile High Misfits. So it would not be a project car build if something didn't go wrong. Things were going a little too smoothly with the Mustang and we were way too on track with our budget. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what's going wrong with the Mustang and why it's going to hurt our budget a little bit. So stay tuned. As you guys can see, the Mustang is up on jack stands right now, and surprise, surprise, the transmission's out of it. Don't worry, nothing's wrong with the transmission. I am just replacing the clutch and pressure plate with a McLeod clutch and pressure plate. So that might be next week's video if I get it out in time. I'm still waiting on a few more parts. I'm also replacing the throwout bearing and the slave cylinder. So I'm waiting on that, and I'm also replacing the rear main seal because, as you guys can see, there was a lot of goop and crud in there, mostly from the rear main and also from the coolant line that we replaced in one of the first videos that also mixed in with that. So I'm going to have to power wash that, get that all cleaned up. But surprisingly, when I pulled all this apart, I actually didn't find a whole lot else that was wrong. There's a couple little things that I can address, you know, replacing hardware, that kind of stuff. I've got to weld up a few things on the exhaust, but besides that, it was actually not too bad. The main issue came when I was just going on a regular test drive before this. So the story here is I took the Mustang out to stretch its legs around the neighborhood and just up the street, and I did just a little baby pull in it. I mean, it was like 50% throttle. It was really not much. And all of a sudden, I started kind of hearing a little bit of a growling and metallic kind of clanking sound. And I was like, okay, interesting. So I brought it home immediately and it kind of went away. So I wasn't super worried yet. And then right when I started pulling it into the garage, that's when I started hearing like a, like, you know, just clanking, and I thought it was a rod knock at first, and so I was like, oh my god, we're gonna have to pull the motor, it's gonna be a whole thing. So I pulled it in the garage, and when it started idling, it went away, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I would rev it above about 2,500 RPMs, and then it would start kind of getting this like timing chain slap or rattle, and that's when I realized this must be timing related. So when this was happening, I did get a little clip of it, so I'm going to show that right after this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I also posted this on Instagram and TikTok, and a lot of people agree with me. They think that it's probably timing chain related, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. So I don't know about you guys, but to me that definitely sounds like it is timing chain related. I think that it's either the timing chain guides or the tensioners. It could also be cam phasers, I guess. It did have quite a bit of like ticking from the top end before this. And so I already suspected that the cam phasers are bad. I mean, again, this car has 358,000 miles on it. So I'm sure that the cam phasers are completely shot. So I'm probably going to do the lockouts on the cam phasers anyways. But on top of it, I mean, this car is going to need a timing job done regardless of what it is. And maybe this is a good thing that this happened, because it's lighting a fire under my ass to get the timing job done, because I am not going to lie to you guys. Before this happened, I really wasn't planning on doing the timing job on this car, even though, yes, this car has 358,000 miles on it. My cheap ass was like, oh, it's fine. It'll be fine. Just send it. Whatever. Don't worry about it. And yeah, I think that I probably would have blown this thing up and just ate a bunch of valves around my first lap on the track if I had done that. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise. But just from a quick check of the oil, I couldn't find any metal flakes or anything weird floating around like that. So I do feel better in that regard. And as of right now, the motor only makes noise when you rev it above 2,500 RPMs. But besides that, when it's idling, it sounds pretty good. But every time that I start this car up, I feel like I'm taking a gamble, because if this thing jumps timing, it's going to be a bad day. And yes, for those of you who are following along for this budget drift/track build, this is definitely going to push us above the budget of $1,500. And there's a bunch of different options for timing sets for these cars. I don't want to go so cheap that it's going to blow up immediately, but I also don't want to go so expensive that it's not even worth it. Because again, guys, this is a super old, beat up, and clapped out car. Anything that I put in this car as far as timing components is probably going to last the lifetime of this car. So I need your guys' recommendations. Let me know in the comments below what you guys recommend as far as timing chain kits. And just saying, if anybody wants to sponsor me for like tires or like an angle kit or a timing chain set, let me know. But guys, honestly, I am still super stoked about this car and I cannot wait to rip it around the track. But that's all for this week, guys. If you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I'll catch you guys next week. Later.